Hi, Beck Mack here, and I'm at the Diamantina Institute here at the University of Queensland, and I'm with Peter Soyer. How are you?
Yeah, fine. Thanks, Beck. And it's my pleasure to have a chat with you.
This is such a great spot and a beautiful building, but really important things happen here. Can you tell us a little bit about your role and what happens?
Yes, we are a translational research institute, and in my double role as a consultant dermatologist and the former chair of the dermatology department at the PA and the director of the Dermatology Research Center here at University of Queensland, we have great opportunities for translational research.
You do a wide range of, you work with a wide range of interdisciplinary practitioners, scientists, universities. How does working with someone like Patrick Sylvie bring a value to what you do?
Look, Patrick is, from my point of view, a very clear thinker, and when our discussions which we had, and this is quite a few years back, he was a fantastic sounding board for me. You know, he's not someone who says, Peter, what you're doing is great. He always asks critical questions, and this is what we need from someone who is an advisor in this game. Yeah.
And so if you were to recommend Patrick to do some work for someone, what would you recommend him as? What best role would you recommend him for?
Look, I think he is a strategic thinker who basically is a great person to share with you the views about the process to going ahead for, particularly for grant applications, for government agencies, but also for business development. So obviously, in addition to the research dimension, he brings in the commercial dimension, but also his vast knowledge about the governmental landscape in Australia.
And here at the Institute, living in Queensland, obviously skin cancer is one of the most important things to understand and to as you said, to get onto early. How does it all work for you in the center of this to make that happen? Like, what's your true goal?
Yeah, look, my true goal is to improve the early diagnosis of melanoma, and basically a world without melanoma. No one should die on melanoma. And I think in this context, our flagship program, ACEMID, Australian Centre of Excellence for Melanoma Imaging and Diagnosis, is a small step in this direction. I think one of the challenges which Australia has is particularly the equity of access, that we basically are able to provide equitable access to medical care, also in the vast regional areas. And in this context, we think that telehealth is a way to address this.
Okay. So how does that work with melanoma?
I mean, this in the way that we basically introduce innovative imaging with imaging systems coupled with artificial intelligence, and this basically will allow us to deal with with let's say distribution, or not perfect distribution, of the workforce in Australia.
Yeah, right. So you can basically eventually be able to do your own skin check at home.
Exactly, this is the goal, supported by artificial intelligence. Of course, there are a lot of medical legal issues. In our case, we are dealing with sensible and identifiable data, so there are a lot of challenges. And in this context, it's very important to get then to have someone to discuss a sounding board, a critical sounding board, to basically discuss the future of our research program.
And finally, just say coming into the future, if you were to choose to work with Patrick again, what would you want him to come and work with you on? Like, how would that work?
No, yeah, I mean, I would have relatively clear ideas. This would be probably a big CLC application with numerous industry partners, with numerous state agencies, with numerous universities. This would be a project probably which would have a duration of 2 years, but would basically a step towards a targeted nationwide screening program in Australia, which I think will probably, to realize this, will take 5 to 10 years. But if you think in these dimensions, you definitely need very, very professional strategic advice.
Well, thank you so much, Peter. It's been wonderful to meet you and hear about all the incredible work you do. And yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, good. good luck, and thank you so much for talking to me. Cheers.